Hello Capricorn, this is Donatella, Empress of Swords, and welcome to your August 2019 reading. Um, Before I start your reading this month, I just told myself you better put some jewelry on because Capricorn is about to see you. I don't know what it is, but something told me that I need to put my jewelry on because Capricorn is coming to watch my videos. So whatever that is, I have my jewelry on, and something told me don't wear black, so I'm not wearing my black. I'm very colorful and I am very excited to do your reading today, actually. The first thing that came into my mind today as I was going to start to do your reading, and actually for the last 24 hours I've been trying to process in my mind what it is that Capricorn is going through, because I've been trying to absorb myself in your energy literally for the last 24 hours. And if you guys had noticed, tarot is very close to astrology. And astrology has a lot to do with signs and symbols. And if you guys have noticed, even in the biblical days, there was a certain type of alignment of the stars to be in order for the three wise men to even find Jesus. And Jesus had to be even born on a specific day. The reason why I'm mentioning Jesus is because Capricorns share the same birthday with Jesus. So if there was any time or point of this year, or especially the last couple years, you're starting to feel like you're aligning with Jesus's life, there is a reason for this. There is a few things that have not been justified for you. There's things that have not been justified for your friends. There's things that you have seen in yourself. There's things in your life. And one thing I know about Capricorn is that they're always trying to do the right thing. They have gone so far to do the right thing, as far as keeping a silence so that other people are protected. Capricorn knows that it's really important to keep things to themselves because it won't hurt the other person's feelings. But what other people don't understand is that when there is no truth, even if it's that person's feelings that you're hurting, later on, it's going to build more and more lies in your life that you didn't understand why. And that's because you're not clear with yourself. So going in your history and going in your past and understanding your patterns and understanding why you do things the way that you do them is really, really important. And one of the major things that came in my mind today for Capricorn was Mary Magdalene. And the reason why I'm saying this is because Jesus was all about writing. He was all about his good works. But one thing that I do understand is that there was a lot of things that were private about Jesus too. And if you know a Capricorn very well, like I have in my life, and I'm such an outspoken Libra that I could tell you guys, cross-watchers, if you guys are watching this, if you are very close to a Capricorn, they have patterns of keeping to themselves so that way they don't hurt other people's feelings. They love people so much. They adore people so much. So if you guys ever watched my Libra video, please don't be disheartened, because I did mention to say that Capricorn is not kind of good with the public. And the reason why I say that is because when it comes to their private life, they're not really good about talking about it. When it comes to like investigating on, what really happened and actually communicating with those people and finding a way for justice to prevail is kind of hard for that Capricorn. What Capricorn does is they take those lessons and they use them for work, because it's a sign of work, it's a sign of success, it's the sign of being logical, it's the sign of keeping everything stable and together for their family. It's like the father. It's pretty much the father. So it doesn't have the time to sit there and check in with everybody because it has so much to do with work. So in Jesus's case, it was all about writing the word. And if anything ever happened with Mary Magdalene in the backgrounds, if she was not allowed during that time, then more than likely, whatever she said, maybe Capricorn allowed her to say, but outside of those realms, people would probably not allow those words to be said. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe in the household they're agreeing, but then it's such an embarrassment for Capricorn because Capricorn feels sometimes awkward outside of the public, and they know what their heart is telling them. They know what is the right thing to do, but they just have this feeling of, I need to protect my family. I need to do what's right. And sometimes what's right is not what's best for the Capricorn. And they kind of see pictures and plots of it. They see like spots of it. They see spots of the intuition, but they're not connecting it with the other individuals. Rather, I see Capricorns being very scared to communicate with the right individuals. And I say, Capricorn, talk to the people that truly inspire you. If you guys, if you guys are really questioning why I was bringing up Mary Magdalene too, and I will start with your reading in just a moment here. This is very important. It's because when Mary had to deal with Jesus, because in the Bible it said that she had 7 demons. It also said that she came from Galilee, she came from some other place, and it also said that she had some sort of income, so she had some kind of financial status. But her last name didn't say that she had a husband. That's why they were calling her as a whore, because why is this woman walking around without a husband? But she was very intimate with Jesus. She was very close to him. She talked a lot to him. And in those days, women didn't really have any rights to be an author of anything or to do anything. So there's a lot of spots that are missing from this. And if you're wondering why I'm bringing up history, or if this is not even your history, Babylonia was always known to keep its history. So it is my responsibility of my nationality to remember exactly what Jesus did. And it links already to astrology. It links to tarot. So we need to go backtrack it so we understand where. If you want to rebuild, you want to construct, you have to know where all these pieces came from. So that way you can construct again. And you need to know, like, okay, if you don't know how to build a house and there were houses built before, you need to know, like, okay, what were the types of tools that they used? Was it 100% valid to do it that way? Was there an ingredient that was missing? And in my case, Capricorn, there's a woman that's missing that has the persona of Mary Magdalene. So maybe she's looking at you this way. Maybe she feels like she's a widow and she has to keep her life private when she's finally moving on to the next person. Or Capricorn, maybe it's because you don't know how to express yourself publicly when you are truly in love with someone. Maybe you've been telling yourself, this person who is absolutely so beautiful, because if you take your steps and feet and put them into Jesus' shoes, if you go back and you kind of get some details of Mary Magdalene to see if the story is even real or not. If you want to get some facts, I would definitely recommend watching the Mary Magdalene conspiracy. And even in like France now, they're talking about like when someone cries too much, they're saying like, are you trying to be like Mary Magdalene? Like this is like a known thing that they do over there, and they rejoice Mary Magdalene in France, which is kind of a weird thing. But maybe it's not weird for you, but maybe you understand where I'm coming from. It's a person that you're involved with that not everybody thinks you should be with them. Maybe you feel like this person's too good for you, or this person feels like they're too good for you. Or maybe it doesn't even have to be a lover. It could be your mother. But there's a person that is in so much power that when they speak, they really grab a hold of a lot of people's attention. So if you do not interact with this person, then they will never know you for who you are. The world will never know you for who you are, Capricorn. You are dealing on the top card right now, on your frontal mind, your biggest worry, your most huge worry right now is you're thinking about the Empress in reversed. So if there was a lovely lady here, or a person that has high feminine energy who is a Libra or a Taurus, this doesn't have to be your lover, it could be your mother too. But especially if it's a Libra or a Taurus, this person is really heavily affecting you, because this is a emperor, excuse me, this is a emperor of abundance. There are 4 kings. There are 4 kings. There's 4 different elements. There's the fire, there's the earth, there's the air, and then there's the water. The Empress knows how to communicate with all of them. It is some kind of special power that was given her through her You can call it Christ consciousness, you can call it God, you can whatever you want to call it, but there's some kind of abundance through her, and it brings people towards you. And it feels like Thanksgiving at the end of the day. It feels like the biggest Christmas party you've ever had in your life, and you are being rewarded. This is that person that attaches that feeling to that. In the distant past, this person, you learned exactly what love was through this person. You learned what an empire was. You learned what a kingdom was. And if you watch the Libra video this month, if you have a Libra in your life, or if you have a Gemini or an Aquarius, I'd really hugely ask you guys to watch those readings, because the air signs are heavily affected right now with the waves, especially with this Lionsgate portal. Please look into that too as well right now. You guys are really being levitated to the next level. You had this idea in your mind that a lot of people were working against you, but the problem was that you weren't talking and you weren't working towards them to fix their karmas. Every time you enter into someone's problems, Capricorn, you're starting to realize there's a lot of drama, but instead of you dealing with it, you're not vocalizing yourself, because it's causing some kind of PTSD from the past. In the near future, Capricorn, something is going to come out. Something is going to come out. Some kind of speech is going to come out, and it's going to be about your secret love affair. So if you were hiding someone in the past, if there was some kind of great love in the past, or if there was some kind of abuse from other people in the past, whatever it is, some kind of truth is coming out, Capricorn, and it has something to do with this Empress that you're dealing with. The problem is that in the near future, this has a lot to do with a fire sign that you were dealing with, Capricorn. This person is a Sagittarius. This person is a Leo, or it's an Aries. This person, this fire sign, see, Capricorn, you don't understand. There's an air sign or an Empress that's in your vicinity. This person is supposed to talk to you. They're supposed to get your word out. They're supposed to bring your kingdom together. The problem is that this fire sign that you're involved with, this fire sign is only focused on their own empire. They're not thinking about the outsource of that. So what the Empress is going to do is they're going to bring people towards that Leo's empire to mold them all together. So this is some kind of circle connection that you haven't understood about. But if your heart is calling you to talk to a Taurus or a Libra, there's a reason for that, because those are the glues and the connectors. They come from Venus. Whenever you're in a problem and you cannot connect people, you're supposed to grab a hold of this person. They're supposed to bring alliances towards you. And the stronger you hold this person towards you, the stronger they bring alliances towards you. They'll bring the King of Jungle towards you. They'll bring the Angel of Wishes towards you. And they'll bring you Archangel Michael towards you. So there's a lot of power that this person has just by their voice. And it's not because they have any magical powers, but it's just because they have some kind of consciousness where they love to communicate with others, and it's this genuine heartbeat that beats inside of them that just wants everybody to come together and be happy. It's a source from God. This person, you're going to see them very anxious and sad and depressed at night, and the only reason why is because secretly they just feel like nobody's working with them. It's not that they don't want you to hang around with other people. The truth is that they have never had a lot of help in their life. So if they've told you that they miss their loved one, like if they have an ex-partner that has like problems with some kind of weird addiction or something that they done that's so embarrassing that no one could forgive, the Libra may have answers to how everyone can forgive that person, because they are in communication with the 12 zodiacs. They talk to everybody. They try to make sure everybody's okay. They go and check everybody. If you don't have a Libra in your vicinity, it's definitely the Taurus. The Taurus goes and checks on everybody to make sure that they're okay. They don't care if they're the most poorest person. They don't care if they're the most richest person, but they will make sure that they have the mediumest balance, because their job is to make sure they communicate with everybody, Capricorn. So you have dealt with a person that you thought that had some kind of evil attachment to them, and it was a fire sign. They need help. The only person that can get them help is the Taurus or the Libra. The only way that this can fix itself is if the Taurus or the Libra goes to see if once the Taurus or the Libra finally understands that they are the Empress that they're supposed to be, Their journey is to walk and roam the earth to find the collection that you need, as far as a clean and heart-holded empire. It's just the coming of together for people to be good to each other. It's just so that everybody could be abundance. It's just for fairness. Because for some reason, there has been some unfairness to the Empress, because there was no equal right movements for the Empress. So the only way that so now the Empress is motivated so that everyone can have equal rights. This is a queen that is not in her power right now. The people will put her back in power. But once that happens, it's up to you to allow the Queen of Wands to talk to other people. She's too much in her depression right now because her lover is not working with her. She has a lover that is completely lost, Capricorn. She or he. This could be a male figure or a female figure, but it was a Leo or a Sagittarius or Aries that's been heavily important in your life. And if you have no idea who this person is, they are connected to the Taurus or the Libra, and heavily connected to you, Capricorn. And I'm pretty sure that you know who we're talking about. And it has to do a lot with your family household. And if it's not in your family household, it's the best friends or the spouses that are within that household. Next to that is the world. Things are going to be changing for the better. But there's two options that you're going to have to make. Okay? One of them is you being by yourself. One of them is you coming back to your original marriage. Whatever that original marriage was for you, the rightful marriage. Whoever you feel that you're rightfully married to. If there has been a secret, it's going to be covered. It's going to be uncovered too. It's going to be uncovered. So if you're hiding a marriage, it will be uncovered. If you are trying to be single, it won't work out. There's two options that you have right now, because I have Two of Swords, okay? So one of these is on the inside. These are your two options. Either be married and live an honest life, or go back to the commitment stage, whatever you were doing, because you were building something before. Or you're going to be in a single life, but no one is working towards you. And the way that I have a confirmation is that the Hierophant, that the Magician is right next to it. It's another confirmation, and you lose your abilities. If Virgo was working with you, they're not working with you before. If Gemini was working with you, Gemini won't work with you before. The mercurial signs, the signs that are coming from Mercury, which is Gemini and is Virgo, they won't work with you if you choose this path. If you're thinking that that's the path that you're going to choose, they won't work with you. They're done. The only path that you can go towards is the Hierophant path. And this is from God's calling. That's because it's a structure of honesty. It's a structure of your purity. But if this was not a person that you were supposed to marry, then you need to give the honesty answers of why. There has to be some kind of answer of why. Because there's some explanation that this person has no idea of for. There's some kind of secret that the Taurus or the Libra does not know. Right now I see that you're waiting on what to do as far as it comes to this marriage, because you were thinking that there may have been another option for you when you were getting out of the marriage. So I think you like entered a marriage, or you were about to enter an engagement, or maybe you married the person and then you walked out or whatever, but you're starting to realize that there is no second option. Like you're just like, oh, whoa, there was no second option. And you're also starting to realize too that there is no other place that you want to travel to without the person that is actually your meant to be person that you're supposed to be connected to. Though there's some hard work that needs to be done, because the thing is that you just started realizing that if it's someone that was deceiving you, or if it was family members that you were deceiving, or if there's secrets that you are keeping, they cannot be kept, because your farm, your abundance, your money, your wealth, your home is depleting every time you're confused. The only time that you're confused is when you don't make the right decision. That's the only time you're confused. If you cannot be honest to the outside world, that means that you will be confused, because people that are truthful will tell everybody. They don't have problems with seeing the mirror. So you're going to contemplate on that, because there's too many secrets for you to unfold. There's too many things for you to expose right now. And you have to suffer a little bit right now, because it feels like you need to feel the guilt of not having money and just not feeling prosperous. So this is just a process that you're going through. Capricorn, when you go through your hermit mode, there's going to be some kind of memory that you have that a Virgo told you a long time ago. And it could be some kind of inclusion, like they made you feel included. There was, maybe it's not the Virgo that you're thinking of now. Maybe it's a far distant Virgo. It could be related or connected to the Libra, who is also on the justice side of you. This person is going to make you feel some kind of inclusion in the side of karma. If you never felt like you had a family before, you'll understand what a real family is later on. This is some kind of connection that you've been looking for your entire life. It's a culmination that you've been waiting for more than 20 years. So if this is what you've been waiting on, this is exactly what is going to come towards you. But it's the process of letting the truth out and allowing yourself to be happy. Okay, Capricorn, this is Donatella, Empress of Swords. Thank you guys so much for watching my channel. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And if you guys have a chance, please watch the other readings as we go along too. And I'm really looking forward to all of your comments. Everybody is waiting for you guys to all share with me. I love you all, and I hope to hear from you guys again next month. Talk to you soon.